Hi everyone. So here is a basic introduction to comparative politics. So what exactly is it that we will be studying this semester? A very basic overall definition of comparative politics is just learning about countries outside of the United States. But a second definition looks at comparative politics as a method, kind of using comparisons between countries to understand cause and effect and to be able to answer some big questions. This map shows the cases that will be covered in the textbook. So there are 13 cases. You can see it leaves out a lot of really interesting cases. So we will talk about this in the semester, but if there is a country that you would like to learn more about, we can make that happen. So again, what is comparative politics? It is comparing politics across countries, and you can also think of it as a tool to examine big questions. So here are some examples of these questions you might want to look at. Things that we care about. Why do some countries have democratic regimes and other countries have authoritarian regimes? Why and how do regimes change? What makes a country transition towards a democracy or transition the other way, kind of transition towards authoritarian system? Why do some countries experience wealth and economic growth while others experience poverty and economic decline? Why are some countries better at protecting the environment than others? So many interesting questions that you can think about, and the way that we answer them is to compare countries to each other and see what is similar about different cases and what is different about different cases. So here are some major factors that will differentiate states. Countries, we're going to talk about that. We have a slide with definitions coming up. But when we talk about states, we're talking about countries. So these are the categories that will be used for every case in the textbook to make it really consistent to compare them. So geography, demography, the origins and development of the state, the political regime, so that's whether it is democratic or authoritarian. What is the nature of political conflict and competition within the country? What is the society like? What is the political economy like? And how does it relate to the rest of the world? And so here we go with the definitions, because these terms can often overlap or blur together. And we sometimes use them interchangeably, but they actually mean different things. So the state is the organizations that maintain a monopoly of violence over a territory. And again, when we are talking about the state in political science, we mean the national level organization. So we're not talking about a state like Tennessee or a state like Florida. We're talking about countries. Politics is the process of making collective decisions. It's answering the questions, who gets what, when, and how. And it's a process that reflects different interests and different abilities to influence other people or to exert power. So politics is this process of making this process of making decisions, and it always involves power. So finally, government is the leadership or the group of elites that administers the state. So the government may change. It's kind of the people, but the overall organization will stay the same. So if you think of a distinction between these two, the state is the organizations, the government are the people that administer the state, and then politics is the process. So hopefully that helps divide the three. And when you look at government functions, there are some things that just about every government does. Rulemaking, rule execution, rule adjudication. And when you look, that sounds kind of familiar to our three branches of government. So rulemaking is a legislative function, rule execution is an executive branch function, and adjudication is a judicial function. Other functions that states tend to do is communication, either from the state to the citizens or from the citizens back to the state, extracting resources, and political socialization, kind of educating everybody in the values of the state. And these things can look really different from place to place. And that's where this, comparative analysis comes in. Well, I will leave this very quick introduction for now, and there'll be another video or two for you to watch. Have a good day.